This wall is 400 times harder than diamond, but I have to smash through it because only in this way can I escape from this cage. The moment I get out, the entire universe will face my wrath. I am a Time Lord with the ability of regeneration. I once almost destroyed several cosmic civilizations, but at that time, a girl changed this tragedy. Since then, I've been traveling in the universe with her. But just a few minutes ago, a group of mysterious enemies murdered her through design. I knew that their target was actually me. As the transmission light disappeared, I woke up. Although I didn't know who the enemy was or what their purpose was, I clearly remembered the scene of her death. Endless grief came over me, so I swore in my own name.
If it were any part of killing her, and you're not afraid, then you understand nothing at all. So for your own sake, understand this. I am the Doctor. I'm coming to find you.
I began to explore this cage carefully designed for me. But when I was teleported, I calculated that the distance from the Earth to here was no more than 1 light year. When the sun sets, I can calculate my position by the position of the stars. I saw a shovel covered in mud. How could there be such a thing in the cage? At this moment, the TV in the corridor flashed. Then I seemed to see something. There was a monster staring at me opposite, and the picture on the TV was synchronized with his gaze. I soon figured it out. That was my torturer. I once played chess with the god of death, but when that pale body emerged from the shadows, I subconsciously stepped back. I wanted to escape from him in fear. When I used telepathy to open the door at the end of the passage, I found that there was a solid wall behind it. At this moment, I had to face my inner demon. Only then did I discover with surprise that I was also afraid of death. But as soon as I said this, he stopped. Time seemed to freeze around him. I couldn't understand why. Was it because of my confession of fear? But at this moment, the entire cage vibrated violently and began to reorganize, and the wall at the back turned into a room. As the vibration ended, everything returned to calm. I also found that this room seemed very nice. There were even flowers here. The next moment, I found that there was a portrait of her here. This portrait seemed to have been here for a long time. Just as I picked up the magnifying glass to study it carefully, the torturer started to walk towards me again. But this time, I was no longer afraid. I knew they wanted to get the secret from me that only I knew, the secret about the hybrid creatures, but I couldn't tell them. I picked up a chair and smashed it against the window, because in that thousandth of a second, I had calculated how to escape, which was to jump. But the moment I opened my eyes, I saw countless skulls at the bottom of the sea, skulls piled up into endless mountains. I walked into a room at the bottom and found a set of clothes exactly the same as mine. It seemed that he was also going to try his clothes, but he must be dead. So I picked up his clothes and put them on, but found that they fit me unexpectedly, as if they were specially tailor-made for me. I had a guess in my heart, so I hung the wet clothes in the previous place. Then I came to a garden, but saw a fresh grave here, and there was a clean shovel. Suddenly I thought of something. Those skulls on the seabed, they were all victims who could not escape from here. But why was he buried here? So I swung the shovel hard, wanting to find out what was going on. I dug from noon to night, and finally I touched something. But when I dug up the soil, I found that it was written on it that I was the 12th. These words may be understood as, I am in room 12. At that moment, an arm suddenly reached out. It was my interrogator. In that thousandth of a second before death, I returned to the TARDIS and began calculating. I asked her what I should do, but Clara in my mind told me not to lie. I understood that as long as I admitted the truth, the torturer would stop attacking. What he wants is not just the truth and confession. What he wants is the secret that only I know, but I can't tell anyone about that secret. But no one knows, and I am really lonely.
I confess.
I didn't leave Gallifrey because I was bored. That was a lie. It's always been a lie. I was scared. I ran because I was scared. Is that what you want me to say? Is that true enough for you?
The torturer really stopped, and at this moment, the entire building began to reorganize again. After the strong vibration stopped, I went to the roof and wanted to find out what was going on. I finally discovered the true face of this place. This is a cage located in the vast ocean. There is no way to escape, because those skulls on the seabed are the best proof. I realized that if I want to leave here, I have to find room 12. But after my continuous exploration, I found that everything here will return to its original state after a period of time. I don't know how long I will stay here. I'm not afraid, but I want to save her. But what if I am trapped here forever?
Forever.
I returned to the original room and suddenly found a clue that I hadn't noticed before. It was a strange energy transfer instrument, but there was a skull with wires plugged in underneath, and the word bird was written next to it. Could it be that the key to escape is bird? At this moment, the text was blown away strangely, as if it was waiting for me to see it. At the same time, a passage opened, and I went to the top floor with the skull. I put the skull on the lookout. I felt that I must have missed something. I carefully observed the stars in the sky, trying to find some differences, but the position of the stars was clearly correct. The time zone here is even synchronized with the Earth. So I carefully reviewed everything that happened again, but found that my hope of escape was still to find room 12. At this moment, a voice attracted me. I walked down the stairs and finally found room 12, but there was a wall behind the door. I remembered the rules. I had to sincerely repent once again to get the room behind the door back. I went back to the roof and waited, but was suddenly shocked to find that the stars had been misplaced in just a moment.
No, I didn't time travel to get here. I can feel time travel. I didn't know better. I'd say I traveled 7,000 years into the future. The hybrid.
Many prophecies of the Time Lords mentioned the legend of a half-blood that was an ultimate warrior, so I began to repent.
I confess. I know the hybrid is real. I know where it is and what it is. I confess. I'm afraid.
As expected, he left. At this moment, a vibration was heard and the skull fell to the bottom of the sea with the vibration. But I didn't have time to care about these because I was eager to know what was behind door 12. The next moment, I saw a wall that was 400 times harder than diamond. If nothing unexpected happened, this would be the only exit. Suddenly, I remembered the word bird written near the skull, the countless skulls on the seabed, and a story.
That's what I remember! Who's that? I can't keep doing this, Clara. Why is it always me? Why is it never anybody else's turn? Can I just lose? It's not fair! Clara, it's just not fair! Why can't I just lose?
I can remember it all. Every time. Whatever I do. You still want me there.
Doctor, you are not the only person who ever lost someone. It's the story of everybody. Get over it. Beat it.
Facing the torturer who was slowly approaching, I decided not to confess this time. The next moment, I gritted my teeth and punched the extremely hard wall. I wanted to leave here and find the person who locked me up here. After that, I had a perfect way to resurrect Clara, but this time I might have to fight for a very long time. A king once asked a shepherd boy how many seconds of eternity there were. The shepherd boy replied, "There is a diamond mountain. It takes 1 hour to climb up and 1 hour to go around it. Every 100 years, a little bird flies over and pecks at the mountain with its beak. When the entire mountain is pecked away, the first second of eternity has truly passed." After I left here, a legend began to spread in the universe that a Time Lord spent 4.5 billion years writing a word, and that word was his name. Now, it's time for my revenge.